Hi everyone, welcome to CES 2016. This T-shaped contraption that I am standing next to is the battery pack for Chevrolet's second generation Volt. Compared to the first Volt, you can see they've improved quite a lot of things. The interior is much better, it has more electric range, it's more traditionally car-like as opposed to, ooh, this is an exciting electric vehicle. It seems like a car that you could quite easily live with.
The great thing about when we went into working on the next generation Volt is we had all the first generation customers to talk to, right? The first thing out of their mouth is usually more electric range. So we did that. We increased it about 25%. After the engine is running, what's most important to us is fuel economy. This is our all-new small gas engine, 1.5 liter. This one has it's all aluminum head and block. And this is one of the first usages, actually I think this is the first usage in North America of this new engine. It's direct injected, high compression, 12.5 to 1. That's part of the reason why we can get the 42 miles per gallon when we're running purely on gasoline.
Start button?
Yep. Foot on brake. Power's up. System goes through a few checks, and you're ready to go. The idea with the Volt has always been you should be able to get in and just drive it like a regular car. You shouldn't have to really know anything in particular, right? And that's one reason why we have conventional shifting and things like that.
How far will it run in electric mode before the...
53 miles on the government cycle. Well, most people actually drive less aggressively than that cycle. This time I want you to do it in L, okay? And this is allows you to do what we refer to as one-footed driving. So when you're in a heavy traffic situation, you don't have to move your foot so often from one to the other. It increases the deceleration, which is done with regeneration. But it won't bring the car to a complete stop. To stop the car completely, you still have to apply the brake pedal. This doesn't have adaptive suspension or steering. We looked at adaptive steering and decided that we really weren't getting a real benefit out of it. Here I'll show you yet one other additional thing, which we call Regen on Demand. So on the steering wheel, on the left spoke in the back, you'll find a paddle. Yep. And as you're going down the road here, just let off the throttle pedal and then pull it. And you'll see it applies even more regeneration. It works in either L or D. And again, it's an opportunity to slow the car down, purely with regeneration. Again, it won't bring the car to a complete stop.
Does this have CarPlay in there?
Yes, it does go there. So generically, it's called projection, right? And if you plug in, then it says, plug in an Apple, it'll say Apple CarPlay. If you plug in an Android, it will say Android Auto, and that, of course, is coming later in the spring. This is the Driver Information Center. There are a number of things that you can have here. A couple of trips, the regular, just large speedometer, and where you have the efficiency gauge over there on the left, and you have the power gauge over here on the right. So if you go over to here, then you can select some more details. So this one down here is which configuration do you want to look at. We have a classic configuration, which is very simplified. It gets rid of the side gauges, and when the car is delivered to people, this is the way it comes. And they can, bring in more information as they're ready to digest it. We have the modern, where you notice that glowing ring there. That'll change color now, depending upon how efficiently you're driving. Okay, green is good, and amber or yellow is bad. Modern Enhanced, which I'll go to there. That brings in the gauges here where you have the battery power gauge on the left and the engine power gauge on the right. Of course, when you're in EV mode, the engine power gauge is relatively lifeless. This is the charging screen, which shows some of the different things you can do. We have 3 basic modes for charging, which is charge immediately when you plug in. You can delay when the charging wants to start based on your planned departure time. And then we also have it, so if you have time of day rates, you put in your departure time and one time your rate schedule, and it calculates the minimum cost. So now it says the next planned departure time's tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. But if you go, oh yeah, but I know I'm going to leave immediately, you can do a one-time override. So charge immediately at plug-in one time. So that way you don't have to redo your schedule, change basic modes, and that way it charges, then you unplug and plug back in and it's on delay. And many of these controls are also available from the mobile app. So here's some information about energy usage.
Are the batteries designed to last the lifetime of the car?
Yes, as a matter of fact, they're guaranteed for the lifetime of the car too. And we also refurbish battery packs because they're guaranteed for life. And again, as we're looking to try to expand acceptability of the general technology, right, we've brought in a more contemporary set of heating, ventilation, air conditioning controls, knobs and buttons. More people really are interested in the technology, but they don't want to be afraid of it.
Right.
They want to be able to, as I said when you first got in, they want to be able to get in, sit down, and drive it.